big issue is a social enterprise. It offers work opportunities for homeless, marginalised and disadvantaged Australians. It's probably best known for the magazine that's sold on the streets by the vendors. We've realised over time that for some women, selling the magazine on the street is not necessarily a viable option. So in recognition of that, in 2010 we established the Women's Subscription Enterprise.
So the Women's Subscription Enterprise is a social enterprise where we employ homeless or marginalised women.
Every magazine subscription that is sold is packed and mailed by women in the safety and security of our offices in Perth and Adelaide and Melbourne and Sydney.
We also give opportunities for women to work in the call centre shift where we work alongside Origin Energy volunteers. We get all the income and support that we need and training on top of that. For us and for myself, it's about connecting with other women in a safe space. So I first became homeless when I was 14. So I left my family home due to domestic violence. I didn't feel safe living at home when I was in year 9. So I ended up in and out of homeless shelters and women's shelters and refuges. The big issue emerged into my life miraculously, and from there I was employed with the Women's Subscription Enterprise for the last 6 years, where that's given me the opportunity for income, for employment, for building friends and friendships, and I pretty much am here pretty much every day and love my job.
Origin volunteers helped us set up the call centre. They've worked with us on training the women, so they are gaining skills that they can then transfer to mainstream employment, customer service, making calls. And then every fortnight we have volunteers from Origin come in who work with our women and make calls to our customers.
In the early time, myself and Carol, as I said, we went down that day and we spoke to the volunteers and they said we wanted to meet the women, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. They wanted these women to know what it was like in a working space. They wanted to run a mini call centre. So the volunteers at the Big Issue were asking what we done in the working space and how we sort of got involved and how we managed people. We sort of thought that this organisation is no different to Origin.
So as the women have become more skilled and we have more women working in the workforce, we have started procuring or doing procurement work for other companies, so Australia Post and Go Get Car Share. So that work can include mail-outs, we pack conference satchels, we pack luxury hampers for some people. So that really is, I think, the future for expanding that enterprise really quickly, and we're expanding it in all 4 offices where we run the Women's Subscription Enterprise.
The women that have been working with the Women's Subscription Enterprise, there's been massive changes. Their confidence, their self-esteem. If you hear us in the office, it's always a lot of laughter, a lot of stories, and it's just a nice atmosphere to be in, to work safely.
There have been some fantastic success stories, and we wouldn't have had that if we hadn't had an organisation like Origin come in and just be so positive and so enthusiastic and really committed to what we're doing here, which is an amazing thing.